All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's listen to this video from Mama Evelyn, Tamar, and Tony Braxton, the great Tony Braxton's mother. Maya says, I blocked the first family member this Christmas. Oh, so sorry. Yeah, some of them are too toxic. You need to block them or archive. It is what it is. Protect your mental health. Let's listen to this.
I lived with them for a moment. I stayed there because Tamar was pregnant, what have you. Then she wanted me to be there for the baby. She wanted me to stay there 5 years. 5 years out of my life. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yes.
But I stayed.
Right.
Okay, because Logan is 4 now, in the 9 months that Tamar was pregnant.
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea for parents to live with their children.
I agree.
And I'll tell you why.
Please.
You see too much, you hear too much, and you know too much. And there's certain things I think when you know, you're going to, it's really going to get to your heart.
Absolutely.
You know, and so watching Tamar being in an abusive relationship, that was very, extremely hard for me. I prayed day and night. One night I got up, I heard all of this noise. I thought the elevator was falling out of its socket. So I ran into the kitchen and I'm like, what is going on, for God's sakes? And he was abusing her. And she was trying to run, she was trying to get away. And I spoke to him about it. I said, no, this is not what we do. And he turned on me. And I'm like, So I ran back to my room, because the baby was in the bed with me.
Of course.
I was very much afraid for the baby because his whole
demeanor had
oh
changed.
my God, demeanor. And I put a chair behind the door.
So you barricaded yourself
I
in the room?
barricaded myself in the room and held that baby all night long. That's no way for anyone to live, for God's sakes.
Wow. Let me see. So Ajayin baby, Vince was doing this. Vince, yeah, apparently Vince was. Let me play that again. Because I think she said something I feel like I missed.
I lived with them for a moment. I stayed there because Tamar was pregnant, what have you. Then she wanted me to be there for the baby. She wanted me to stay there 5 years. 5 years out of my life. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yes.
But I stayed.
Right.
Okay, because Logan is 4 now, in the 9 months that Tamar was pregnant.
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea for parents to live with their children.
What's Ajayin
And I'll
baby?
tell you
What is
why.
that?
Please.
You see too much.
That's what you call
hear
baby
too
people?
much, and
May
you
God
know
forgive you.
too much. And there's certain things I think when you know, you're going to, it's really going to get to your heart.
Absolutely.
You know, and so watching Tamar being in an abusive relationship,
Okay, I heard
was
that part.
very, extremely hard for me. I prayed day and night. One night I got up, I heard all of this noise. I thought the elevator was falling out of its socket. So I ran into the kitchen and I'm like, what is going on, for God's sakes? And he was abusing her.
He was abusing her. What is that? Was that verbal abuse or physical abuse or emotional abuse? What type of abuse? If I have to assume it will be physical.
And she was trying to run, she was trying to get away.
She was trying
And
to
I
run
spoke
or get
to
away.
him
That's
about it.
physical.
I said, no, this is not what we do. And he turned on me. And I'm like, So I ran back to my room because the baby was in the bed with me.
She was trying to run away, and then she went back to her room. And Gigi Money says, I don't know. She barricaded herself indoors all night and didn't think to call emergency services. Yeah, even the child would have called emergency service. That's an interesting way to see it. But let's keep going.
I was very much afraid for the baby because his whole
Demeanor had
oh
changed.
my God, demeanor. And I put a chair behind the door.
So you barricaded yourself.
I
Where's the daughter? Where did you leave your daughter when she did it? Okay,
barricaded
it's probably a stupid question, but we're asking, where's the daughter when you barricaded yourself inside the room?
myself in the room and held that baby all night That's no
Hmm.
way. No way for anyone to live for God's sakes.
All right, gentlemen, let me speak to you for a second. See that stupid question I just asked? You don't have that luxury. Don't ask. Don't put yourself in that position to have to ask that question. Try your best. If you're there, just know that whatever story she's telling right now, that's the story. That's what she saw. It is what it is. The rest of it is stupid question. Don't put yourself in that position. But the real reason why I pulled this up is honestly to highlight the fact that it is true that you will see too much. I'm talking to all the mama boys. Mama boys, your child is now married and you saw up and down, it will never be you. You will never do anything you will never do anything that your own mother-in-law did to you to your children. You never see anything. You know what? Maybe don't go and live with them. Don't go and do extended stay with them.
You they use your function to play.
Don't do it, okay? Because it is true, you will see a lot. In fact, let me read this to you. When a parent, an adult child, and that child's spouse live together, the parent inevitably sees. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. Inevitably sees much more than they would in a separate living arrangement. This dynamic shift from a relationship of visit to a relationship of observation, which can lead to friction if not managed carefully. And it can also lead to a person telling the side of the story that you don't remember. And then you find yourself in a place of shalaye, that's not what happened. Why is she lying? You're not having to explain
You
yourself.
go explain because no evidence.
No evidence. Okay? Because, hey, now, is it better for her to be there so that she doesn't run into the other room while our child is being supposedly battered? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Bottom line is that it's just all bad. Okay. But the main point today is that yes, you will see too much. Okay. Number one, the micro observations of daily life. Living together exposes the private reality of a marriage that outsiders, even close family, typically don't see. Your best friends don't know what is. We don't know what is going on inside our marriage. It seems like this thing is repeating itself again for the third time today. We don't know what we don't know. Well, shouldn't we just go and live with them so we don't know? No, it's a lot more complicated than that. Okay. Conflict resolution. Parents overhear disagreement. While a couple might resolve a fight and move on, a parent may hold on to the offense on behalf of their child, leading to long-term resentment towards the spouse. So they have since divorced, and this woman is still telling this story on a TV show while so she's actually not supposed to be telling this Tamar's story. She should be respectful for the sake of their Tamar's son and not tell this kind of story that people can interpret in 2,000 different ways, right? Against Vince. Anyway, but she's telling it. Can we stop her? We can't control her. That's why I said control what you can control, leave the rest. Then also a parent might judge how the couple splits chores. I'm washing plates inside my own sink in my house. And then my mother goes back home and tells her friend that I'm washing pata. That's real. Okay, that's real. And I know it wasn't really pata, it was some type of pata that looked like pata instead of a kitchen sink. Or what? You go, shalaye, tired. Am I saying you shouldn't bring your parents?
You go explain because no evidence.
I'm not saying you shouldn't bring your parents. I'm saying you should prepare to mitigate. There's going to be, it carries risk. Okay. You should be self-aware that carries certain risk. And it's not about people are just straight up evil. If you look at it from that angle, you'll miss out. You won't fix the proper, you'll be fixing the wrong problem. You'll be fixing the fact that humans are evil as opposed to humans are relational beings, and you have to learn how to manage that, right? From groceries choices to delivery packages, parents observe the couple's spending in real time, which can lead to unsolicited advice or judgment. Okay. So adult children often subconsciously regress to childhood roles when living with parents. So you live with your parent, but you forgot that you're married. There's certain things that will subconsciously happen. No, I'm not expecting you to admit to it. Okay. I'm not. It's not something you get to say, oh, well, I know myself. No, you're not talking to me, because probably I'm not talking to you either. I'm talking to people that are willing to look at the possibility that, yes, subconsciously I might do things that are not necessarily intentional. Those are the people I'm looking to talk to. The spouse may feel like a guest in their own home. The other spouse. Yes, it's a real thing. Okay. Am I saying you shouldn't welcome your parents? No. Am I saying you shouldn't go and do a mugo? No. I'm saying have some self-awareness. Stop thinking about everything from a standpoint of right and wrong. That's why you create problems for your loved ones unintentionally. If the couple has children, the parent often sees too much of the discipline or routine or may intervene, undermining the parent's authority. Okay, what about privacy versus secrecy? Right? Shared kitchens and living rooms mean the couple rarely has neutral ground to just be themselves. The couple may stop discussing certain topics because they don't want the parent to overhear or worry, which can lead to a child. Well, if nothing's wrong with what you're saying, why can't you just share it? You see, look at that kind of question. All right. I say sometimes I feel bad for not allowing my mom stay, but it is for the best. Yes, if she has options and you have options, just dear, small. Stay a few days, and go back home to your husband. Hopefully, the husband is still alive, right? Go back to your life, do your life. Come, it's okay. But the key thing is really some people don't really have the choice. Maybe the person is incapacitated and they have to kind of stay with one of their children, and you've chosen that. That's fine, but be self-aware. Know that this is not about you being I know myself. That's the point. We're not talking about yourself. You don't live in a cave. You live with other human beings, right? So that's going to come with its own risk, and you should prepare. You take the time and come up with ways to mitigate against the risk that I've just mentioned right now. The one thing I'm going to tell you right now, you must maintain a united front with your significant other. That loyalty, even when they're wrong. Remember that story I just talked about here, where Jamal Bryant was defending his wife, even when the wife is wrong. When you're coming from that same household, make sure that you understand priority. The priority here is to maintain that united front. Everything else comes secondary, yes, including telling the truth, whatever you mean by the truth, including that. Okay, Papa can't see or unhear your husband needs are more. Yeah, there's things like that, there are things like that, but hey, just a lot of it is self-awareness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, to support the platform. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified whenever we go live. I'll be back very, very soon. Cheers. This is Ola Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.